If this video appeared for you, don't skip it. This is not a coincidence, it's a calling. There's a reason why only 1% of people will receive this message. You are about to win, and the universe needs to warn you about the greatest danger of all, which arises right at the finish line. The feeling you have now, this mixture of anxiety and certainty, is not a premonition. It's the memory of a future you've already won, and that energy is leaking into your present. But the same power that brought you here can destroy everything in an instant. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal not only why this is happening to you right now, but also the deadly trap that brings down 99% of the people who get to where you are. Stay with me, because understanding this is the only thing that separates you from total victory. If you feel this message is for you, comment, "I am ready to anchor this energy." The outer world is a reflection of the inner world. What happens is a reflection of what is. The outer world is the world of form. The inner world is the world of the formless. If this video has reached you, it wasn't by chance, it's a recognition. In the great libraries of the cosmos, where each life is a sacred record, Thoth, the scribe of the gods, doesn't send random signals. He only reveals what is already written. The sensation that runs through your body at this very moment, this strange mixture of euphoria and apprehension, is not a premonition. It's the vibration of a future reality, so potent and so close that its energy already reverberates in your present. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are feeling the memory of a future that has already happened. What you feel is not hope, it's the echo of a certainty. But it is precisely at this point, when victory is almost palpable, that the greatest and most unexpected danger of all arises. The truth is, you're on a threshold. On one side, the reality you know, with its struggles and limitations. On the other, a reality of fullness and fulfillment that is already rightfully yours. You have one foot in each world. And that's why everything seems so intense, so real, and at the same time, so fragile. The feeling that everything could crumble at any moment isn't a sign that you're going to fail. It's a sign that the transformation is so profound that it threatens the very foundations of your old identity. And this is where the real danger lies, a paradox that could sabotage everything. This danger doesn't come from outside. It's not an enemy or an obstacle you can see. It stems from the same force that propelled you this far, your will to fight. The warrior mentality, the drive to make things happen, which was your greatest ally in crossing the desert, now becomes your biggest trap at the edge of the oasis. You've spent so much time pushing, forcing, fighting against the current, that you no longer know how to simply float. And that's exactly what the moment demands. Trying to force the outcome at this final stage is like shouting to the universe that you still don't trust that victory is yours. This cry of distrust generates an energetic static. It drowns out the gentle melody of your new reality, which is already playing for you. Think of effort as noise that prevents you from hearing a vital instruction. The universe is whispering, "It's done, just receive it." But your mind, addicted to struggle, keeps shouting, "I need to do more, I need to secure it." This internal conflict creates a vibration of lack, which in turn pushes away what you most desire. Victory approaches through resonance, not force. And force at this moment is a declaration that you and victory are on different frequencies. The fear of losing everything at the finish line is the clearest symptom of this paradox. It's your old identity fighting to survive. It clings to drama, to difficulty, because it's the only script it knows. The peace and ease of the new reality are so foreign to it that they are interpreted as danger. This friction between the old and the new is what causes the anxiety that consumes you. You are no longer building the bridge to your new life. The bridge is already built. Your only task now is to cross it. And to cross, you don't need strength, but surrender. Letting go of control is key. But what does that mean in practice? It means stopping trying to manipulate every detail, stopping rehearsing conversations in your mind, stopping obsessively checking for signs of progress. It means trusting that the seed you planted will germinate without you needing to dig up the soil every 5 minutes to see if the root is growing. Your hardest part is already done. Now, your task is to align yourself with the energy of reception, of allowing. It's a change of posture, from warrior to sovereign. The sovereign doesn't fight. He knows the kingdom is already his. This transition from doing to being is the ultimate transformation. Thoth, in his records, doesn't just note victories, but the metamorphoses of the soul. And his greatest metamorphosis is this: learning to trust the flow you yourself created. It's understanding that the same river that demanded strong strokes to cross now invites you to float and let the current gently carry you to the shore. The struggle is over. The question is, can you accept peace? Can you accept that victory can be easy? Your ability to answer yes to this determines everything. But how can you be sure this is truly your moment? How do you know if you're not just deluding yourself, letting go of control too soon? The answer isn't in your mind, but in your reality. Your future self, the version of you that's already on the other side of the bridge, isn't silent. It's constantly sending signals, leaving a trail of energetic breadcrumbs to guide you. There are 3 clear and unmistakable signatures that, if you're paying attention, you'll notice in your life right now, confirming that the path is clear. The 3 signatures of convergence. These signs are not coincidences, they are traces, quantum signatures that your victorious self leaves in your present to tell you, keep going. You're on the right track. The first signature, and perhaps the most disconcerting, is the detachment from the old. Things that once defined who you were, like that job, certain relationships, or even your routine of years, suddenly begin to seem hollow, distant. It's like watching an old movie about someone else's life. There is no longer an emotional connection, no longer any resonance. This is not apathy or depression, it's energetic incompatibility. You vibrate so high that the old frequencies can no longer reach you. The second signature is an irrational calm amidst the chaos. The world around you may be a veritable hurricane. Problems may arise, people may panic, but something at your core remains untouched. At peace, it's a certainty that your logical mind cannot comprehend. While everyone else runs for shelter, you feel like the eye of the storm, serene and stable. This happens because your nervous system has already begun to tune into the post-victory reality. It is already operating from the peace that comes after the battle is resolved, even if the battle still seems to be happening outside. The third signature is what we might call a synchronistic echo chamber. The universe begins to communicate with you directly and repeatedly. You think of someone and they call you. You have a question and the answer appears on a book cover or in a random conversation you overhear on the street. Repeated numbers like 1111 or 444 appear everywhere, not as a vague, mystical sign, but as a GPS pulse from your future, confirming, recalculating route? No, wait, you are exactly where you should be. Each of these events is a wink from the universe, a reminder that you are aligned. Recognizing these three signatures confirms that you're not imagining things. It's proof that convergence is happening. The detachment from the old, the calm in the chaos, and the constant synchronicities are the map your future self has drawn for you. They show that the bridge between your current self and your victorious self is almost complete. You're no longer building. You're just taking the final steps. The presence of these signs is the universe's green light, authorizing you to let go of control and trust the process. However, seeing the signs is only the first level of the game. It's like learning to read a map. Now your mission is to become the territory itself. You need to stop being just a passive receiver of these confirmations and start being the source that generates them. Your consciousness needs to become the sign itself. You need to understand that these traces are not just guiding you to a destination, but revealing the truth about your own nature, a truth that has always been engraved in a much deeper place than you imagine. And this truth leads us to an ancient secret, a knowledge hidden in legends and myths. The stories about sacred tablets and secret scriptures were not merely metaphors. They pointed to a place of power that is not in a pyramid or a lost temple, but in a much closer place. A place you carry with you every second of every day. The true tablet, the original one where your victorious destiny is already perfectly drawn, resides within you. The legends surrounding the emerald tablets, where Thoth supposedly inscribed the secrets of the universe, are fascinating. But they are merely a finger pointing to the moon. The true tablet, the most powerful of all, is not made of stone or metal. It is made of consciousness. It is engraved in your DNA, in your soul, in the very structure of your being. Your destiny is not something you need to seek or build from scratch. It is a script that already exists within you, waiting to be read. You are not on a journey of creation, but of deciphering. Your entire life up to this point, every challenge, every pain, every triumph, wasn't meant to transform you into something new. It was meant to refine you. It was a process of removing the layers of dust, the limiting beliefs, the fears, and the traumas that prevented you from seeing what had always been written inside you. Think of yourself as a magnificent statue that has always been inside a block of marble. Life didn't add anything to you. It only removed the pieces that weren't you, revealing the masterpiece that always existed underneath. This is the true principle of inner alchemy. The great work is not about transforming lead into gold in the external world, but about transforming the density of fear and doubt into the lightness of certainty and peace within yourself. The victory you so desperately seek is not a trophy to be won out there. It is a frequency that already vibrates in your soul, a melody you were born to play. For a long time, the noise of the world and the voices of your own mind prevented you from hearing it. But something changed. You began to silence the noise. The reason this message reached you now, at this exact moment in your life, is because you finally learned to listen to that inner music. Perhaps it's a whisper, perhaps it's not yet a full orchestra, but you heard it. You felt its resonance. And that first act of conscious listening is what activated the entire convergence process. It was your yes to the universe, your permission for the reality of your victory to begin manifesting in your physical world. You tuned the radio to the right station. But understanding that music exists isn't enough. Hearing the first chords is just the beginning. Now you need to learn to dance to the melody. You need to learn to interact with that frequency, to communicate with it, to transform it from background noise into the main soundtrack of your life. You need to stop being just a passive listener and become an active participant in the symphony of your own creation. You need to establish a direct line of communication with that part of you that already knows the way. This leads us to a powerful and transformative practice, a way to establish a conscious and constant dialogue with the version of yourself that already lives the reality you desire. It's not about a conversation with an imaginary being, but about aligning with your own expanded consciousness. It's a method to access the wisdom that already resides within you, to make decisions not from fear of the present, but from certainty of the future. You need to learn to dialogue with your future self. Dialogue with the future self. Your identity is no longer the same. The person who began this journey, full of doubts and hopes, is dissolving. You are no longer someone who expects to win. You are becoming the physical manifestation of a victory that is already a fait accompli in the quantum realm. And this change of identity demands a change in behavior. From now on, every decision, from the most trivial to the most crucial, must pass through a new and unique filter. A filter that aligns you directly with your victorious timeline. Before acting, before responding, before even thinking, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself a simple yet profound question. How would the version of me that has already overcome this deal with this? Don't look for the answer in your logical mind, which is still full of old patterns of fear and limitation. Wait for the answer that comes from your body, from your heart. It won't come as a complex thought, but as a clear sensation, a clean and immediate resonance. It might be a feeling of expansion or contraction, a sudden calm or an impulse to act. That is the voice of your new timeline. Obey that voice without questioning. Even if it seems illogical, even if it goes against everything you've learned. This practice is a quantum shortcut. It collapses all other possible timelines, those that lead to mediocrity and failure, and keeps you firmly oriented toward your victory. Every time you act from this resonance, you anchor your new reality more deeply. You begin to operate from a state of abundance, not scarcity. Your actions become guided by your worth, not your weakness. Each choice becomes an act of solidification. It's as if you were laying golden bricks in the foundation of your new existence. By choosing what your victorious self would choose, you are, in practice, becoming it. The separation between the present self and the future self begins to disappear. You are no longer imitating, you are integrating. Your neurology begins to change, creating new pathways that correspond to this new identity. You are rewriting your own source code in real time with every decision. However, even with this new compass, the journey is not free from interference. The past has a persistent echo. The ghosts of your old insecurities, your deepest fears, will not simply disappear overnight. They will resurface, whispering the old stories that you are not good enough, that you will not succeed, that something will go wrong. They will try to pull you back into the old vibe, into the uncomfortable familiarity of your old prison. These ghosts are the last line of defense of your old reality. They are the guardians of your comfort zone. Fighting them is useless, because fighting gives them energy, gives them reality. Arguing with them is a waste of time. So, how do you deal with these voices that try to sabotage you just when you are closer than ever? There is a specific technique for this, a method not of combat, but of neutralization, a way to silence these whispers forever, not by force, but by awareness. When thoughts of fear, doubt, and self-sabotage arise, and they will, the first thing to do is change your perception of them. They are not yours. They are not the truth. They are merely energetic echoes of a reality that no longer belongs to you. They are like letters arriving at an old address, ghosts of a timeline that is already dead and buried. Your old strategy would be to open the letter, read the contents, get angry, and respond. You would fight them, argue, try to prove them wrong, drowning in an internal debate that only drains you. Now, the approach is completely different. Radically simple. You will recognize these thoughts for what they truly are: energy spam. They are pop-ups from an old operating system you no longer use. Your task is not to click on the pop-up, nor to try to angrily close it. Your task is simply to observe it. See the fearful thought arise in your consciousness in the same way you observe a cloud passing in the sky. Without judgment, without attachment, without resistance. You see it, you recognize it, and then intentionally, you refuse to give it your energy. Your attention is the most valuable currency in the universe. It's what gives life and substance to a timeline. Where you place your attention, your energy flows and reality manifests. By refusing to engage with the thought of doubt, by not feeding it with your attention, your emotion, and your belief, you starve it. You cut off its life support. It's an act of recognition without engagement. You see the ghost, but you don't invite it in for coffee. You simply let it pass, offering no resistance or hospitality. Each time you practice this, something powerful happens. The signal of your new reality, the frequency of your victory, becomes stronger, clearer, more dominant. And the signal of the old reality, the hiss of doubt and fear, becomes weaker, more distant. You are, in practice, training your brain to devalue old patterns and prioritize new ones. It's a process of neurological reconditioning. With each fearful thought you observe and let go of, you weaken an old synapse and strengthen a new one. This practice of detached observation is your sword of light. It doesn't destroy the darkness, but simply ignites the light, and in the presence of light, darkness ceases to exist. You stop fighting your demons and realize they only had power because you believed in them. By withdrawing your belief, they dissolve into nothing. But to seal this new perception, to make it unshakable, you need to take a step further. You need to anchor this new reality in the physical world in a tangible way. To do this, you will become the scribe of your own victory, not metaphorically, but literally. You will use a method that goes beyond the mind and visualization, a method that forces your brain to accept the new reality as a concrete and irrefutable fact. You will build a case, a mountain of evidence that makes it impossible for your mind to doubt again. You will become a hunter of evidence of your new life, recording every physical proof that the change is already happening. The evidence record. The promise of the title wasn't about an external sign, but about you becoming the sign. And now, let's make that real. Over the next 7 days, your single most important mission is to become a hunter of evidence. You will take a physical, real notebook and a pen. This is crucial. The physical act of writing anchors energy in a way that typing cannot. This notebook will be your book of proof, the sacred record of the manifestation of your new reality. And your task is to fill it relentlessly. Your mission is to record every piece of evidence, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, that your new reality is already materializing. An unexpected compliment you receive at work, a parking space that magically appears right in front of you, a song playing on the radio with the exact lyrics you needed to hear, news that favors your plans, an unexpected discount, a moment of pure, spontaneous joy for no apparent reason. Write it all down, date, time, and what happened. Be specific. Thoth, the divine scribe, recorded the great cosmic events. You, as the scribe of your own life, will record the small miracles of everyday life that together build a new perception. Don't underestimate the power of this. By forcing your brain to actively seek positive evidence, you are aggressively reprogramming your reticular activating system. You are training your mind to stop scanning the environment for dangers and problems and start scanning for evidence of your victory. This goes beyond positive thinking. You're not making things up. You're documenting facts. You're building a compelling and irrefutable case for your own mind. At the end of each day, read what you've written. Watch the list of evidence grow. By the end of the 7 days, you will have a mountain of concrete proof, a collection of data that makes your belief in your old reality of scarcity and hardship simply illogical. Your neurology will be altered. Doubt will no longer have a valid argument to support itself. At the end of this 7-day period, the new timeline will no longer be something you seek or expect. It will be the ground beneath your feet. It will be your default reality, your new normal. Recording evidence is not just an exercise, it's a rite of passage. It's the act that seals your transition. You will no longer be trying to believe. You will know because you will have the physical proof in your hands. The record will be complete. Your mind will be convinced. But the journey doesn't end here. It simply takes on a new dimension. You've proven to yourself that the mechanism works. You've understood how your consciousness interacts with reality to create your experience. Now that you have the proof, you need to understand the physics behind the miracle. You need to comprehend the mechanism of convergence on a deeper level so that you can use it not only for this victory, but to create any reality you desire for the rest of your life. Now that you have the evidence in hand, let's understand the science behind the magic. Imagine an infinite field of possibilities where every possible version of you coexists like a wave of potential. There's a version of you that's a millionaire, another that's an artist, another that lives in a monastery. All these realities exist simultaneously as pure potentiality. For a long time, your energy was diffused, scattered, feeding a little of each of these mediocre realities with your doubt, your indecision, and your fear. You were a radio tuned to several stations at the same time, hearing only noise. But then the work began, perhaps unconsciously at first. With each conscious choice you made toward your dream, each no you said to a distraction, each act of faith amidst fear, you began to do something extraordinary. You began to draw your energy away from unwanted timelines and channel it, like a laser, into a single timeline, that of your victory. You stopped feeding failures and began to nurture success. This concentration of energy caused its victorious version, which was previously only a pale possibility, to begin to shine with overwhelming intensity. In the quantum world, energy is mass. By gaining energy, this timeline acquired energetic mass, and with mass came its own gravitational power. It became a sun, a center of gravity that began to pull everything towards it, including you. What you have experienced is not luck. It is the effects of this gravitational attraction. Synchronicities, unexpected encounters, doors opening. This very message you are receiving now, none of this is random. They are the GPS of your soul, the pulses of energy that your victorious future emits to guide you toward it. It's confirmation that your future isn't just passively waiting for you, it's actively pulling you toward it. What you felt as an echo at the beginning was, in fact, the first shockwave of this attraction, the first gravitational pull of a victory that has already resonated in the fabric of time. You are not chasing a dream, your dream is chasing you. Your only task is to stop running in the opposite direction, to stop resisting the pull with your doubts and fears. The record of evidence was your training to learn to recognize and accept this attraction. Each piece of evidence you noted was a moment when you allowed yourself to be pulled, when you aligned yourself with this gravitational force. You learned to surf the wave of your own creation. Now that you understand the mechanism, you cease to be a victim of circumstances and become a master of reality. You understand that you can apply this principle to any area of your life. You know how to choose a timeline, how to nourish it with your attention and energy, and how to align yourself with its gravitational force. But to seal this mastery, to make it part of who you are, we need to transform this intellectual understanding into a cellular experience. It's time to perform the final alchemy. The alchemy of frequency. This is the moment to close the cycle, to move all this knowledge from your mind to every cell of your body. Intellectual understanding is the map, but cellular experience is reaching the destination. It's time to perform the final alchemy, to calibrate your physical body to become a perfect receiver for the frequency of your new reality. Close your eyes for a moment, wherever you are. Breathe deeply. This is not meditation, but activation. Feel the presence of your victorious self, the one you contacted before. This time, don't see him as a distant image. Feel him as a physical presence, solid and calm, right behind you. Feel the energy emanating from him. Feel the unwavering peace that comes from complete realization, the tranquil certainty that comes from absolute knowledge of the outcome. He doesn't have hope, he has knowledge. He doesn't have faith, he has experience. Feel that solidity. Now, visualize a thick, vibrant cord of golden light extending from the center of his chest directly to the center of your chest, a heart-to-heart connection. With each breath, use intention to actively draw the frequency of this victorious reality into yourself through this golden cord. Breathe in its certainty. Breathe in its peace. Breathe in the silent joy of achievement that it feels. Feel this golden energy filling your lungs, spreading through your bloodstream and reaching every cell, every atom of your being. Feel your cells vibrating, awakening, recognizing this frequency as their original frequency. as their natural state. With each exhale, release the static of the past. Exhale doubt, fear, anxiety, impatience. Release the dense energy of struggle and effort. See it leaving you like grey smoke dissolving into the air, losing all its strength. Inhale the gold, exhale the grey.